Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Canta con Elishama, a channel where we usually practice English and Spanish by singing songs, but today I bring to you the very first episode of Sosew con Elishama. This is going to be a series where I show you step by step how I make some of the really fun dresses and costumes that I go out and dance in. As some of you guys know, I am a salsa dancer and I've been dancing for almost 3 years now, right? 22, 23, 24, 20. Yeah, 3 years because I started in 2022. It's been a really fun journey thus far, but one of the things I absolutely love about the scene is the fashion. So this series will be heavily geared towards costumes and dresses that you can wear when you're going out to social dance. For this project, I have everything that I'm using linked down in the description below, and I've also went ahead and created a pattern that I use to create the asymmetrical look, and you can find that in my Buy Me a Coffee shop. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we're going to order the swimsuit and skirt from Shein. The links can be found in the description below. This video though is not sponsored by Shein. Now for this project, I did go ahead and put together a PDF pattern that is available for purchase via my Buy Me a Coffee page, and you'll be able to find that link in the description below. This is the pattern I use to achieve the asymmetrical look of the skirt, and it comes in sizes small to extra large. So while you're waiting for your swimsuit and skirt to arrive, go ahead and put together the pattern, and it should look like this, and cut out the size or sizes you need. Once your swimsuit and skirt arrive, go ahead and spread your skirt out in a circle so that you can see a visual of what you are working with. Make sure the black label is facing you. From here, we will cut along the right hand seam all the way up to the waistband. Stop at the waistband. Before cutting though, double check that the black label is still facing you. Cut the right side seam of the bottom layer and the top layer. This part does not require a seam ripper, just cut as neat as you can. And remember, do not cut the waistband. When you're done cutting, spread your skirt back out into a circle and separate the back from the front like this. Again, always make sure that black label is facing you. Aim to get the front of the skirt spread out as neatly as possible. Once you have your skirt nice and neat, place your pattern on the front of the skirt. It will closely line up with the left seam and there will be leftover room on the right hand side. Trace the pattern. In the video, I'm using a regular pen, but feel free to use tailor's chalk or anything else that is light. I wouldn't recommend a marker. For the right hand side, finish it out to the end of the fabric. It's okay because this gets covered in the end result. Cut both layers at the same time as neatly as possible. Your end result should look like this. And if you place the skirt upright, you can start to see the asymmetrical drape. Now to get a clean look, we're going to serge the raw edges. If you do not have a serger, you can use a zigzag stitch or just trim neatly along the edges with your scissors as best as you can. You will serge each layer individually. Don't be afraid to take your time either. We want this to come out nice. Serge all the way to the left-hand seam. Your final result should look like this. Serge the two black layers together. Your end result should look like this. Now, if we were to put the skirt on at this point, this is what it would look like. This is what we don't want. What we do want is coverage, which is what we will achieve in the next step. I'll break it down as much as possible, and I may be a little repetitive, but it's because it's an important detail, so apologies in advance. In order to get a clean look, we're going to want to sew the right skirt edge along the inside of the waistband seam. It is important that we only attach it to the seam and not the waistband. So again, we're taking that back end or the back of the skirt and we're going to be tucking it inside. And in order to do that, we want to attach it on the inside seam. And I think the next clip I have is going to be an up close look of that inside seam alone. Okay, so this is the inside seam. We have the waistband, and then if we flip it over, this is the seam I'm talking about. We're only going to be sewing on this. All right, so we're going to take that back side, tuck it in, make sure it's lined up with the seam. Do not sew on the waistband, only the seam. And then you're also going to sew all the way down until you reach that first layer, or that layer shows. I think I'm about to pull it out right here. So yeah, sew all the way up into that part right there, okay? Real quick, these are my sewing machine settings for a zigzag stitch, and I'm also using stretch thread. Sew the two together up until the first layer. This should be your end result. Let's go ahead and attach it to the swimsuit. First, measure 3.5 inches from the left seam and mark it with a dot. The left seam of your skirt will align with the dot. Place the swimsuit inside the skirt and align the two. Make sure the dot is on the top seam and not the bottom. Pin the skirt and suit together. Then sew them together by using a zigzag stitch. You do not have to pull and stretch while sewing. Sew normally and pull and stretch slightly when needed. Take your time. You want this to be neat. And there you have it. Don't worry about the piece in the back though. We'll cover that in the end. Now for the rhinestoning process, I decided to go with a simple pattern and place the rhinestones 1 centimeter apart across the entire top layer of the skirt. I believe this might be known as the honeycomb method. And to achieve the look I wanted, I used SS20 glass crystal rhinestones and AB crystal rhinestones. The links to the exact ones I used can be found in the description below. I also went ahead and used B7000 adhesive instead of hot fix in order to save time. At this point in the process though, you can decide what pattern and what kind of rhinestones you want to use. Personally, I really envisioned nothing but glitz and sparkle, which is why I went the route that I did. For the bracelets, I went ahead and used the excess fabrics from when we cut the skirts earlier. You can make these any size and thickness that you'd like. I started with 8.5 by 2 inches and then trimmed it down to the desired wrist size or a comfortable wrist size.
Alright y'all, that's a wrap. That was Salsa Nieve. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you're able to go ahead and create this really cute outfit. If you have any questions, feel free to drop down in the comments below. Of course, if you liked the video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. For those of you who are interested in making this costume for a small group or a large group, I went ahead and created a video of tips and tricks that would really help make this project successful. So definitely feel free to find that link in the description below. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on Sosew con Elishama. Nos vemos. Ciao.